this. And you're on. All right, so happy that you joined. My name's Julie, and I am here to take you through a 45-minute yoga class. So we've got a block close by that we'll use sort of at the beginning. So if you have that by your side, we're going to actually start on our backs today. So bringing yourself into a comfortable position, we'll start there. Coming all the way down. And just like I said, finding a comfortable spot to begin, allowing your shoulders to just drop down. Try to soften through the arms and legs. And then bring attention to the breath, just noticing the breath you have on this Wednesday afternoon. Now on your next few rounds of breath, see if you can lengthen the inhale a bit and then take the exhale even a little bit longer than the inhale. So thinking like 4 counts in and then maybe 6 counts out. Just doing that a few more times. And then if you're exhaling out of the mouth, see if we can come to that nose to nose Ujjayi breath, that yogi breath that helps to warm the body. So breathing in through the nose and then exhaling through the nose. One more time, just like that. Go ahead and bring your arms and legs up toward the ceiling. We're going to come to dead bug. So it's just light arms and legs, slight bend in the elbows and the knees, starting to maybe make some circles with your ankles and wrists, and just kind of moving in whatever way feels good for you. Perhaps like your limbs are branches in the wind as you sway a little side to side, or lengthening legs and then bringing them in. And then we'll just bring a little quiet to the dead bug. So arms and legs are still up and you're just letting the shoulders drop down toward the mat. Find the spine long and just take a breath here. Now, if you can, and you got that block close by, you're going to take your block and you're going to put it onto your right thigh and you're going to hold it with your left forearm. So we've got a little core warm up here. So if you can, press your left forearm into the block that's on the right thigh. That side of the body is going to stay still. We're going to lift the chest up. Everything is going to come in, and then you're going to reach the left arm and right arm, left leg, right arm long. Then bring it back in. So it's the opposite side of the body. We're going to stay on this side, moving slowly with intention with your breath. Intentionally trying to warm that core up a little bit. So it's just out and in. Couple more times on this side. We're keeping a bend to that right knee the whole time, and then extending left leg out and then coming back to meet right. Excellent. Let's come back all the way down, lower your shoulders back down, and then just take that to the other side. So now the block's coming to the left thigh, right forearm is holding that block in place. So we're kind of creating a little bit of force here. And then lifting the shoulders back up, coming in tight, and then taking everything long. Making sure you're trying to move with your breath here. So if you can, you're inhaling to get long, and then exhaling to come back in. Inhaling and exhale. 2 more times. And last time. Excellent. Coming all the way down, drop those shoulders down, take that block to the side, hold on to either shin here and just give yourself a gentle rock from side to side. Let's roll the length of our mat 3 times to kind of massage out the spine to come up to a seated position. So 3, 2, and 1. And then making your way seated and bringing your hands down by your sides or on your thighs or knees, just sitting up nice and tall. So find the spine really long, almost like the crown of the head's reaching that crown of the head's reaching up toward the ceiling. We're just going to take a gentle little twist over to the right. So left hand comes to the right knee and bring those shoulders open to the right. Okay, just a little focus on the breath here. And then slowly come back to center and take that gentle twist over to the left this time. And then we'll slowly come back to center. We're giving that spine some movement in all different ways. So let's come to seated cow by taking a breath in, popping that chest forward, elbows might come back just a bit, gaze comes up. And then as you exhale, seated cat, rounding the spine, bringing the crown of the head toward the camera. Only in a Zoom class, right? Would you say toward the camera? Inhale to open. And then exhale, scoop that core out, let the crown of the head come forward. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, open up for cow. And exhale, round. Inhaling, slowly coming back up to center. We've got a couple more ways we want to work the spine. So bring those fingertips back down by your side. Inhale to reach both arms high. As you exhale, drop the right hand down. Get really long with the left fingertips. And keeping that left arm long, we're just going to come over to a side body stretch. You might start to bring a bend to your right elbow. Notice your left hip. See if you can keep it grounded as much as possible on the mat. Take a breath here. Exhale it out. Good. Let's stay for one more breath. And then reach both arms up high. Get really tall. Left arm drops, keeping the right arm long. We're going to take the same stretch to the other side. So we've twisted the spine gently. We've done the cat-cow rounding, and now we're doing these great side body stretches. Good. Breath in, reach both arms high, and then drop your hands down to your knees. Let's make our way into table from here. So we'll stack our joints, bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. And then making sure that we have our fingertips spread wide. And we're giving almost like a little grip to the mat with our finger pads so that we're taking that nice even pressure through the hands to stay here in table pose. Now you're going to take your right leg back, left arm forward, and come to balanced table. So find the back leg long and the foot flexed, and the front fingertips actively reaching toward the front of the mat. Now, can you bring your spine up or your navel up toward your spine just a little bit more? Take a breath in and out. Good. One more breath here. And then come back to neutral table. You can add a little sway of the hips from side to side if you'd like. And then we'll take balanced table to the opposite side. So right arm forward, left leg back, flexing the back foot, almost like you're stepping on the wall behind you. Navel comes up toward the spine. Breathe here. One more full round of breath. And then make your way back to neutral table. Let's come to child's pose from here. 2 big toes together, knees wide, or keep your knees together. Reach the fingertips toward the front of the mat. Let the hips come back toward the heels. Finding a little lengthening here and reconnecting to the breath. So as we move through class today, we're really focusing on stability of poses. So we'll get into a pose and we want to find stability over depth. And I just wanted to add in a little quote to just kind of go along with the theme of the class. In order to find stability in the world, we must first find stability within ourselves. Take a big breath in here and a big sigh out. With the breath in, let's shift back up to table. And we're going to give our legs just a little bit more work in table pose. So take your right leg back extending it long, and then bring a bend to your right knee. So we have a little bit of a flex in the foot. We're gonna come to some donkey kicks here. So you're gonna drop your right knee down toward the mat and then press the right heel up toward the ceiling. Down, and then back up. You got it. So just moving with your breath. You want to try to keep the hips pretty square to the mat. Make sure you're keeping even pressure through the hands and keep the core engaged here. We've got a little yoga lattes going on here. So a little between Pilates and yoga, right? Couple more here. Last one. Squeezing to lift and then dropping that knee back down. We'll come back to neutral table. Opposite leg comes back. A bend in the knee here, a little flex of the foot. That knee's going to drop down and then press the foot up toward the ceiling. So that muscle, those muscles right at the bottom of the glute and the top of the leg are working to do this lift. Couple more here. Last one. And then that knee drops down. We're back to neutral table. From here, we're going to curl the back toes under, press the hips up to come to down dog. Go ahead and gently pedal the feet out by bringing an alternating bend to the knees. Waking up the back of the legs, stretching the back of the legs. Our biceps are framing our ears. Our heart starts to come down toward the mat as the hips are up. And then let's hold in a quiet down dog. So just find yourself in down dog. Take a breath in and out. On this inhale, reach the right leg up toward the ceiling and bend the knee and stack the hip here. So three-legged dog with a hip stack, opening up, breathe here. Take a little attention to those hands. Make sure you're pressing evenly. And then return the right foot back down to the mat. So we're back to down dog. Inhaling, left leg reaches high. We'll bend the knee and stack the hip on this side. Take one more breath here, and then make your way back to down dog. Let's hold it here. As you take a breath in, rise up on your toes, bend the knees and look forward, and take a walk to the top of the mat. We're gonna come to forward fold or ragdoll here. So starting with that bend in the knees, letting the upper body just hang over. Torso maybe hanging on top of the thighs just a bit. Root down through the feet. So you'll hear this word a little bit today. Find stability in your feet. We're going to take a breath here. And as you exhale, if your hands aren't already down toward the mat, just let them drop down. We'll come to a half lift and lengthen the spine. So pressing the hips back, lengthen, and then fold forward with your exhale. Inhale to half lift and fold, exhale. Let's rise all the way up with our inhale. So reach for the ceiling and bring your hands to heart center as you exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms high and then fold forward as you exhale. Half lift to lengthen and fold. Rise all the way up. Hands come to heart center on the exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Come to a half lift. Stepping back, 1 foot at a time, we're going to come to plank pose. Knees or toes. So wrists are underneath shoulders. You're either on your knees or your toe. Your body's nice and long here. Let the shoulder blades slide down the back. Take one breath here. And then as you exhale, lower your body all the way down onto the mat. We're going to set up for cobra pose. So bring the hands in front of the shoulders, tops of the feet pressing down. Inhale to rise up. And then exhale to lower down. We'll slide the hands back to the chest. Press yourself up to plank or table. And then back to down dog. Meeting in down dog, we'll take a breath in and out. Inhale to rise up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees and look forward and take a walk to the top. Half lift, lengthen the spine. Fold with your exhale Let's rise all the way up with the inhale, but this time we'll fold forward right away with the exhale. So folding forward, we'll come back to our half lift to lengthen. Step back to plank, knees or toes. So as we move through, we'll have a couple chances to take chaturangas. You can take your chaturanga or go straight to down dog. If you want to take the chaturanga, you're going to lower yourself either all the way down or to that low push-up, coming into up dog or high cobra, and then make your way back to down dog. So now you can skip that and go straight to down dog, multi-level class. So take it where you would like it to be. With the breath in, let's rise up on our toes, bend the knees and look forward and take a walk to the top. Half lift to lengthen and fold with the exhale. Rise all the way up. I'm facing you for chair pose. So bringing yourself to chair pose. Chair pose. Lots of different ways you can do it successfully. You can have feet about hips distance apart. You can bring the big toes together with a little space through the heels and bring the inner thighs together. So choose what works best for your body. Take a breath in and out. We got another full round of breath here. Beautiful. Just one more inhale and then fold forward with your exhale. Half lift to lengthen. And we're going to step back to plank. We'll take that optional chaturanga, so it's not a have to. You can also just go straight to down dog, which works beautifully as well. And then we meet in down dog. Inhale, let's reach the right leg up and step forward. We're going to come to warrior one. Reach those arms high. Take a peek down, make sure the right knees, right in line with the right toes, and that we're gripping the mat with both feet. So we're in a stable warrior one, taking a breath and exhaling it out. Taking another full breath here. Breathe in, and then plank pose on the exhale. And from plank, we go to down dog. Left leg reaches high, stepping forward. We're going to come to warrior one on the left side and hold it here. I'll come here so I can see you. Good. Breathe in and out. One more full round of breath here. Last inhale, and then high plank on the exhale, taking optional chaturanga or straight to down dog. I'm going to skip the chaturanga this time and go straight to down dog. Pausing here. We'll take a breath in to rise up on the toes, bend the knees and look forward and walk to the top. Half lift, lengthen, and fold with the exhale. Rising all the way up. And this time we'll come to chair with hands at heart center. Just taking one breath here, we'll chair twist, taking left elbow to right thigh. Good, breathe in. Exhale it out. Inhale to come back to center. And let's twist it the other way with our exhale. Another breath in and out. One more breath here. And then fold forward as you exhale. Half lift to high plank. Option chaturanga or down dog. Meeting in our down dog. Breath in to reach the right leg high. We're coming back to warrior one. Coming back to finding some nice stability in this warrior pose. Grounding down. We'll add on from here. Take a breath in and then open to warrior two with your exhale. So that back foot often becomes more parallel or something around there. We're all embodying these poses just a little bit different. Hold it here, breathe in and out. Reverse your warrior with your inhale and then stay in that reverse for the exhale. Take another breath here. Back to warrior two as you exhale. Just one more breath. High plank to down dog. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Warrior one, left side. So same thing here. Just pause. Making sure you feel the feet grounded. We'll take a breath in and then open to warrior two as you exhale. Breathe here. And reverse your warrior as you inhale. Let's stay in that reverse for the exhale. Another breath in, and then we come back to warrior two. Just one breath here. Cartwheel those hands down, and let's come back to plank pose. This time you have the optional chaturanga or straight to down dog. So you'll notice in those transitions between the side to side body, we're going straight to down dog. But at the front and back end, you have that option to go into a chaturanga. So we're back to down dog. We're going to take a breath here. And then as you exhale, drop your knees down to the mat, come to table pose. We're going to take a breath in with reach the right fingertips up toward the ceiling and thread the needle here. So right arm's going to come underneath left shoulder, hips come up. Option to bring that left arm up toward the ceiling for a little twist, or keep the left hand planted. Just taking one more breath here. Left hand comes down. We're going to slowly come out of this threaded needle the same way. So take your right fingertips all the way back up to the ceiling for a little twist, and then return the right hand down to the mat. Back to table pose with a breath in. Left fingertips sweep up and thread the needle on this side. Letting that left shoulder come down. Let your head rest down here, and then option to bring that right arm up toward the ceiling for a little twist. We're going to slowly come back out of this, bringing those left fingertips all the way back up toward the ceiling, and then returning back to down dog. To table, sorry. Now let's go through one cow and cat here. Inhale, let's open the spine, tip the hips up, let the heart shine forward, belly sinks, and then as you exhale, slowly round the spine, crown of the head points toward the mat. Inhale, back to neutral table, curl the back toes under. We're going back to down dog and hold it here. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, right leg reaches high, stepping forward. We're coming back to warrior one. So adding a little onto that last sequence, we'll change it up just a little bit. We'll start in warrior one, taking a breath in and out. One more breath here, and then open to warrior two as you exhale. Just one full round of breath here. Reverse your warrior, and then come to side angle. So right forearm comes to right thigh, and you can take the left fingertips up toward the ceiling, or option extended side angle, bringing the left bicep by the left ear. Find that nice long diagonal in the body. Breathe in and out. We've got two more rounds of breath here. Just one more breath. Coming to low lunge at the top of the mat. So plant both hands, let the hips sink down. See if you can keep that top knee up for just a moment to just give the hips a little extra stretch. And then from here, you're just going to plant the left hand and take a twist open to the right. So right fingertips will reach high. Good. Right hand is going to come down. Right foot steps back. We're coming to plank pose here. A little something different. We'll lower ourselves all the way down onto our bellies and bring your arms back behind you to set up for locust pose. So palms will be facing down, chin and neck neutral with the spine. Inhale, we're going to lift up for locust pose and stay for the exhale. So heart opens, arms and legs come off the mat. Take another breath here. And then lower yourself all the way down, take a cheek and just a full round of breath laying here on the mat. We'll place the hands by the chest, press yourself up to table or plank, and then back to down dog. Take a breath in and out. Left leg reaches high, stepping forward for warrior one on the left side. And holding here. Take a breath in, exhale it out. Breathe in. Warrior two on the exhale. Find that length of the arms as you breathe in. Settle in on the exhale. And now we reverse our warrior and then come to side angle or extended side angle, yogi's choice here. We're here for a few rounds of breath. So really ground down, find stability wherever you are and breathe. One more full breath in and out. Last inhale. Low lunge, top of the mat as you exhale. Option to keep that back knee up or grounded. We'll plant the right hand and take a twist open to the left. Left fingertips reach high. Left hand comes down, left foot steps back to plank pose. Hold it here. And then slowly lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. Bring the arms back behind. We're setting up for locust pose again. So palms facing down, keeping that neck neutral, breath in, rising up. Just keeping the gaze right at the top of the mat. Stay for the exhale. Another full breath in. Let's exhale it up here. One more inhale. And then lower yourself all the way down onto the mat and just pause. Sliding the hands to the chest. Press yourself up to table or plank. And then back to down dog. Breathe here. Let's rise up on the toes as you inhale, bend the knees and look forward and take a walk to the top. Half lift and lengthen. Fold with the exhale. We'll rise all the way up. And as you exhale, bring hands to heart center. Stand up nice and tall. So you want to lift through the shoulders, root down through the right foot and keep a soft bend. And the right knee will take tree pose to the left side. So bringing either the sole of the foot onto your standing leg or kick standing that foot on the ground. Just avoiding our knee is our goal here, right? We don't want to put pressure on our knee. So I'm coming back down here. Excellent. Let's take tree to the other side. So just give those legs a little wiggle in between if you'd like to, and then root down to the opposite leg. We're going to take right leg up toward the ceiling this time. Toward the ceiling. You know what I mean. Tree pose, sorry. Stand up nice and tall. Excellent. Let's come back down to mountain pose. So grounding down through both feet. We'll bring our arms up toward the ceiling as we inhale. And then as you exhale, sink to chair pose. So find your legs where you'd like them to be in chair pose. We'll take a breath in. Bring hands to heart center. We're going to take another breath here. Exhale it out. Root down through the right foot. As you inhale, you're going to get big and come to balanced star pose. So left leg flies, both arms get long, root down through the right foot. We're going to hold it here. Focus on the breath. Find yourself stable in star, balanced star. Just one more breath. Now, as you exhale, bring yourself back to chair, hands to heart center, sink it down. Just take another breath in. and out. Good, one more breath here. Rooting down through the left side, we're gonna come to balance star on the right leg. Right leg's coming up, left leg stays planted. So other side. Getting really long, lengthening and breathing. Just one more breath. Sink it back down. We're coming back to chair. We'll hold here, breathe in and out. One more breath and then fold forward on the exhale. Let's come to a half lift and lengthen the spine and fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center, standing up nice and tall. You're just gonna rotate, you're gonna keep your right foot grounded and rotate your left foot out to the side. We're gonna come to a wide stance. Sweep the arms nice and wide to just kind of reground after that balanced. We'll breathe in and then come to a wide leg forward fold as you exhale. Letting the arms come down toward the mat, root down through the feet. And from here, let's take a little twist. We'll root down through the right hand and take a twist open to the left. So left fingertips reach open and you keep the right hand grounded. Just one more breath here. Bringing that hand down, we'll take the twist the opposite way. Gaze can come up or you can keep your gaze down. And then just one more breath here. As you exhale, both hands are gonna come down toward the mat. Root down through the feet. We're gonna come all the way up to standing in this wide leg stance and bring our hands to our hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're just gonna come into a 90-degree bend, hinge forward. So we're still in this wide stance, but we're gonna keep the spine long, the crown of the head shooting forward. You're just looking straight down at the floor. Pressing into the feet, keeping that spine long with a breath in, rise back up to standing. We'll turn both sets of toes toward the top of the mat and then step forward. Good, take a breath, reach high. As you exhale, folding forward, we're gonna drop our hips down onto the mat and then we're gonna slowly make our way on to our backs. Beginning in bridge pose. So we'll start in bridge pose. Arms down by our sides, feet planted, shoulders grounded. With a breath in, hips rise up, coming to bridge. Option here, we'll be here for a couple rounds of breath. If you want to bring those hands behind the back and interlace the fingers, you can do that. Your choice, hold it here. So keep pressing into the mat, squeeze the glutes to lift. So you're allowed to squeeze the glutes to lift in bridge pose. It's the biggest muscle in the body. Great opportunity to use it. Good, slowly lower this back all the way down to the ground, just taking a pause here. We're gonna set up for one more bridge pose, either arms down by your side or actively bringing them behind your back. Take a breath in, reach the hips up, back to bridge. Try to press evenly through your entire foot. So try not to roll on the outer edges. See if you can press into the big toe, pinky toe and heel, and then keep lifting the hips up. Just one more breath. And then lower the hips all the way down and come to recline butterfly. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. I always like to bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly here, just to kind of reconnect to my breath and even take a moment to just appreciate my body and what it's able to do. All right, let's bring those knees back up. Knees are going to come in toward the chest and we're going to just roll the length of the mat to come to seated or come onto your side and press yourself up to a seated position. We'll start in staff pose. So bring legs out in front of you, right out in front, soft bend in the knees and bring your hands down by your side just to help you lengthen your spine just a little bit. Your gaze is straight out in front of you. You're sitting up tall, your core is engaged, taking a breath here and exhaling it out. We'll sweep the arms up overhead and lengthen even a little bit more as you inhale, and then just hinging forward from the hips. So I want you to try to keep your spine long here. If you bring a little bend to the knees, that works. But we want to keep our spine neutral and just come into a fold. So the idea is we always in these stretches to feel a stretch, but not a strain. And then really breathe into that stretch. Slowly walk the hands back up to a tall spine. Lengthen that spine again. And then let's come into a wide straddle. So today I invite you to take that straddle just to almost like the edge, right? Where you feel like you could just sit right here in the straddle and not even need an extra fold forward or whatever to feel that stretch. So just find yourself there. Again, just an invitation. You take it where you like it to be, but we want our toes to be pointed up and our knees soft, and hold it here. Tall spine, breathe in and out. Let's take the arms up high with an inhale. Come to a side body stretch. So you can drape your right forearm down toward the right shin and reach the left fingertips over toward those toes. Sweep both arms up high as you inhale, and then exhale, we'll take the other way. Reaching the fingertips across, just trying to soften and open that side body. Sweep both arms up with an inhale. Now, if you feel like it, just a little forward fold, drop the hands down toward the floor. So not a have to. You might be just perfect keeping that tall spine, but we've been here for a few rounds of breath, so you might be able to just take a little hinge forward, keeping the spine nice and long. One more full round of breath here. And then walk the hands back up, come to that tall spine. Let's give the hips a little stretch by coming to a 90 degree bend. So by that, I mean your right knee is going to come straight out from your right hip, and see if you can make a 90 degree angle with the right leg. And then the left knee would be coming out from the left hip, and then a 90 degree bend in the left leg. So I know it's a little harder to see on Zoom, but anyway, this is where we're going to be, 90. Sit up nice and tall. So if this feels like you're here and you need a little modification, you're going to take that front foot and just pull it toward the left thigh. And then you're going to take that left thigh and just bring it in just a bit. So you can make it so it's not a full 90 degrees and still benefit from this stretch. We're going to sit up really tall here. And then what I want you to do is keep the shoulders square toward that front thigh. And then if you want to add just a little hinge forward here, you can. So you're going to kind of press into that front hip a little bit more. But we want to keep the spine long and just hold it here. And then slowly come back up. Now, from here, I want you to just rotate your shoulders over that back leg. And we're going to keep this tall spine, but this stretch is kind of hard to, you don't feel like a normal hip stretch, but if you try to just press the left hip down onto the mat a little bit more, it's like an internal kind of stretch for the hip, and you're just going to stay right here and breathe. This is a really popular stretch with physical therapists for hips, so you're kind of getting some of those inner hip joint, hip muscles going in this particular position. All right, now we're going to slowly come back to center and then sweep those legs nice and slow And do this on the other side. And you'll notice maybe you're able to do the 90-90 here. Maybe you want to make a modification because each side of the body can be a little bit different. So find if you need that modification or if you're in that 90-90 and sit up nice and tall. We'll begin over the front thigh. Breath in. Option to just walk the hands forward and add that little hinge. Two more breaths here. And slowly, we'll make our way back up. And then we're gonna just come to that tall spine, rotate over that opposite hip, and just give that hip just a little bit more drop down toward the mat and just hold it here. All right, we're gonna slowly go ahead and bring both feet back out to the side with our feet planted down. If you have that block handy, we're gonna make our way onto our back, coming to an inversion of your choice. So slowly, carefully coming all the way down onto your back. And then option for legs up the wall or supported bridge here. You can slide that block or you can do the legs up the wall without a block as well. Just want to give a little time to reverse that blood flow. Try to relax through the upper body wherever you are and just breathe here. Let's slowly make our way down from our inversion. If you've got that block, carefully releasing the block and bringing the knees in toward the chest, just doing a little gentle rock from side to side. And we'll take a moment to come into Shavasana. Release the body, bring yourself into a comfortable position, settle into the mat, and take a few moments here to just breathe and quiet your mind. Just giving yourself this time. And now we'll just reawaken by wiggling our fingers and our toes. Let's take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. And do that one more time. And then rolling onto your side. Just pause in a little ball here. And then pressing yourself. We'll come up to seated position to finish. So I invite you, just bring your gaze down or close your eyes for a moment, just to focus your attention on something in your life that brings you joy. So we'll fill up with some joy here for a moment. Really bring your attention to that. And take a breath in and then seal the joy with your exhale. And then bringing hands to heart center, I say to you, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be peaceful and strong. Namaste. So I thank you so much for joining today, and check out the schedule for next week because I know things are changing, but I will be back for yoga. And there, I think, be 2 yoga options next week. Thanks for coming.